fuck up Coach.
Oh, welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, Wrestling's Entertainment Champions. We out here getting buckets or trying to get buckets. We just got scored on by Luigi, but it's all right. We getting started out here. The fellas is back. Joel's back. JP's back. Mischief's back. I'm back. And wrestling is back because yet again we had another amazing week of the wrestling for the Asslin, right? That's how we say it.
All across the
How was
board.
that? Amazing. Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Amazing week of wrestling.
That was very sassy and snazzy of you.
Full of sass,
Was that-
especially when we talking the wrestling we talking. We went to
Ooh,
with
what
that
type of wrestling?
Hammerstein.
Wait, what type of wrestling you talking about?
We was at the Hammerstein this weekend.
Oh, the Naked Time
we
wrestling?
was doing Genesis things.
Genesis thing.
WWE, had SmackDown. But I mean, listen, wrestling was wrestling.
Deacon.
Wrestling. Is that how you say it?
It was wrestlinging.
It was wrestling. I don't know.
What the hell?
Words.
You don't know words
sentences.
and sentences?
Do they make sense? TNA's been making a lot of sense.
I mean, listen, it's been.
Dollars and cents.
Oh
what the
no,
hell's
we about to
going
get
on
scored on right now.
What is this?
By Diddy
What
Kong.
are you guys even
What are the Jeff
talking
Hardys
about? We're
happening?
talking about Mario Strikers.
Yo, Diddy, why
the
you mad,
board.
bro?
Wow.
Oh, I know why
yo,
you
that's
mad.
not-
Bro,
Yeah,
now the
Diddy.
Johnson & Johnson on us. What
Oh,
the?
what the?
Hey.
Oh, what a? That's a
That's
goalie, Papi.
crazy.
That's a goalie right there, Papi.
So let's check
Yo,
out
he said that.
Mario Strikers.
oh,
The boys
baby.
are on Mario Strikers, and you are with HPC tonight, Thursday Night Live, talking about some wrestling for your Asslin.
That's right. That's right. Professional wrestling at its finest. By its
And
finest.
this week had a lot going on. From the Muscle Mommy herself, having her last match at TNA Genesis against Tessa Blanchard. Now we're gonna talk about
She's a
all
what?
of that. We're gonna talk about all of that. So, I'm excited to start there.
Yeah. Who got more heat right now, Hogan or Tessa?
I think they are the future of
Tag team
the
of the
heel
year.
tag team. When they were talking about Hogan being the manager for somebody, it's got to be Tessa. Like it's got to be.
Oh, we get
And the
about
way
it.
she's out here talking, like it's clearly she learned nothing.
Nothing at all.
What was
She's leaning
interesting-
in. I don't understand why people think leaning in.
Why would you
into it.
say like nothing though? Like what gives you that?
She had an interview where she was kind of like not apologizing.
She didn't
really.
apologize, and she said that the only reason people talked about it was because they had something to gain, even though everyone that was talking about it has kind of gone on with their merits, and she's kind of she was on top of the world when all this happened.
She was. We were talking Tessa Charlotte back in the
Yeah.
day.
100%. The fourth horse movement to complete.
Dude, she was the TNA
Legacy.
world champ.
Right. TNA
And
world champ.
not just that, she was facing men
Yeah.
in competitive
Right.
matches, the champion in competitive matches, really like breaking down barriers and being a racist, allegedly. Right?
And my favorite part is because her husband at the time was Mexican. How could she be?
Right.
Well, I mean,
Oh, it's bullshit.
clearly the people had spoken. Did you guys watch TNA?
Genesis?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
I wanna bring your attention to the following, ladies and gentlemen. Exhibit A. Yeah, outside factors. You better save face with Tessa is racist.
It's going to be a great
Awesome
show.
This is. And shout outs to who we ripped this from. Fuel. FVC over here, fueled via coffee. I suddenly love TNA wrestling fans, letting Tessa Blanchard and This is TNA know. No one has forgotten she's a racist.
And even when you look at the end of the match, right? When you saw online,
A line of what?
when you saw online like the reception that Jordan Grace got backstage after the match, and she was hugging everybody. She ain't hugged Tessa.
She walked right
Not
past her.
everybody.
Tessa was emotional, but she didn't get that love. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, her boot in black, bro.
Yo, for real.
The octopus of Summer's Gresham is a man of color. So, You racist.
I thought.
You trying to fuck a man. What?
What? That was not a thing that I don't think anybody said. I wanted to kind of throw that up there as well as you guys continue playing. Jordan Grace having her moment, walking right past
100%.
Tessa. I mean, maybe it was just edited that way, honestly. Like, who knows? Just felt a certain kind of way.
I mean, they shook
Shout out
hands
to
in the ring, didn't they?
BodySlam.net for putting that up.
Didn't they shake hands in the ring?
That's enough.
Right. Why else I gotta do some shit for you? And it's not about Tessa either way.
Boy, it's Tommy Dreamer.
Yup, she was like, no, thank you.
Yo, it is what it is, bro. Oh, wait a minute. What?
Hold on. Nah, they
Wait a
give her
minute.
the
was a
side.
deep voice.
They give her
I
the
got
side.
something for you, Jordan.
She might have something for you.
Yeah. Oh. Shout outs, and of course, as we know, Jordan Grace on her way to WWE.
Yep.
And what up, yo? She gonna come out NXT? Or she
I
coming
would
out in the
save
Rumble
her for
again?
the Rumble, right?
Rumble,
Like,
right?
At this point, anybody...
Especially now that they announced the 40 women's, 40
Yup.
men's Royal Rumble, which makes sense, especially with the TNA partnership, especially with all the new talent coming in. It makes so much sense. I mean, that means, for example, guys, I don't know if you realize this, but Dolph Ziggler come back.
Hey, listen, man, that's your boy. And
Is he
And all
Dolph
that-
Ziggler or is he Nick Nemeth?
I'll take it when I can get it. Right?
Either one of them say they got
Because remember
nothing
his
to prove.
performance in the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? He was always in a great spot.
Never say never.
So, and he lost the title. You know what I mean? Jumping the gun, but you know.
What if about
Genesis.
AJ Francis? You think he's showing up?
I think that's a possibility too.
Oh, Francis.
That's a
Listen,
possibility.
he's making noise too, because, you know,
All the rapping, I mean, he's getting killed. But in those clips where people are rapping, you know, using wrestling and shit.
yeah.
But it's dope that he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's once again it's combining that hip hop and rap, hip hop, and wrestling, bro, which has always been there.
I think Francis
Yeah.
is a great addition to the Rumble. Jordan Grace is gonna make a great addition to WWE and the
100%.
women's division. Let's talk about a little bit more about that Rumble for that women's
Nah,
Rumble.
but hold on. Before we go into that Rumble, I want to stay on Saturday real quick because
Oh yes.
because TNA wasn't the only show in town. Shout outs to GCW.
Yes,
We
sir.
are
Hey.
the people, right? We people versus GCW, or the people. It
Soy,
was
gordito.
a fantastic pay-per-view. Unfortunately, the New York Athletic Commission did not agree, and they stopped the pay-per-view for a long-ass time.
Oh.
Unfortunately, due to Ali Catch's injury. Did you guys see the,
Yes.
the injury, man? Unfortunately, Ali
She's
Catch.
trying to pull a Psycho Sid.
Yo,
No, she didn't try to pull nothing.
She pulled it.
Psycho Sid pulled on her.
oh,
Wait,
is that
what?
Shout outs to Ali Catch. And shout outs to We Are Wrestling for posting this up. Ali Catch, legs don't bend that way.
Wow.
And she knew. That was just so unfortunate. I think that,
I don't think she realized it until after she looked at it.
nah, it took, yo, you
Took a
ever,
time.
you ever broken something before?
Yeah.
You ever broken your ankle? Yes, you have. You know exactly what that feels like. You have that moment of like, oh, I think
Adrenaline rushing.
something's wrong.
Yeah.
But
And as you're realizing, it confirms it.
And then you see that your leg bends in an additional 2 ways it didn't before.
yeah, so
And you know what's the
that
crazy
shit
part?
sucks, man.
That a clean break is the best thing.
For that, yeah. You don't
In that
want
type of injury, if you have a fracture, you're fucked, bro. The jodiste.
it.
Because the recovery's worse.
Long, yeah, no.
You know what I mean? The surgery, like everything just complicates itself.
When
We're
you
definitely
break your bones,
hoping
like,
her a speedy recovery.
that
man.
never heals too. Like even on rainy days, you feel that shit. Like years
100%.
later, and shit. It's
100%,
like,
bro.
yeah.
Yo, so clearly
so
this
this-
isn't our game.
No, this is not our game at all.
Or did you put this shit on Super Evil?
Y'all
No,
getting,
I put it
y'all
on
getting
super
lit up.
easy.
Y'all
Not
getting
super
lit
duper
up
easy.
on Super Mario Strikers.
You just
Yes.
Yeah, me. Y'all the one getting lit up.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it.
Say
mad.
it.
Say it.
If this was baseball, I'd be killing
Why?
it.
Because you Dominican
Wow.
and Dominicans play soccer?
Shout out to the Dominican team for
And they do have a soccer team.
the
They do
World
have a national-
Classic coming up.
Yeah. But they do have a soccer team,
Gonna be the
too.
best Dominican team ever.
Shout outs to
Yeah.
Penta. And
Ooh.
shout outs.
SMU.
You know what? Before we
Phoenix.
even get to Penta,
Oh.
let's stick to Saturday.
Ooh.
Shout out
okay,
to
I
a
jumped the
to
gun
an
over here.
HPC original, a former Shooting the Ish alum, the Rogue Brandon Kirk.
Talk about it.
He has said that this past Saturday was his last match,
Killed it.
as always. And man, congratulations!
Big ups. Big ups. to that guy.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
it's always, I don't think we understand why or, why he came to that decision. Hopefully we get, an interview. You want to come on the pod again? Let us know what's going on, what's led you to the decision. But I always say if it's his choice, it's a wonderful thing. It should be the goal to be able to go out on your own terms.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I have to be forced out by medical reasons or, business decisions, etc. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe equal right opportunities being thrown out the window. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But big ups to him and the future that he is going to be having now. Post
So
wrestling.
now Qatar's the one in the household, huh?
Yeah. I'm still listening to Mariah Carey though. Okay,
Tell him.
Well,
I mean, the
Change
world
gears
is
a
on
little
Christmas,
bit.
right?
to my man, Ray Phoenix. He's locked up. I want to give a shout out to it's YDG2.
They won't let him out.
They won't let him Should they let him out?
What you mean
Should
he's
they
locked
even
up?
let him out?
What you mean he's locked up?
Is locked up.
So
in AEW.
Khan had added injury time to his contract. But the problem with this situation is he has a big following online. And the internet doesn't like that. They have a lot of sympathy for
I mean,
Ray
especially
Phoenix
after
right now.
his brother shining too. You know what I'm
Right?
saying?
Big ups to Penta who's doing his thing. And that's another reason why. But when you listen to the Baron Corbins of the world, right?
Wait, what's his name now? Bishop. God.
Damn.
Baron Corbin, Tom Peastock.
Tom Peastock.
Tom
but-
Peastock.
But he's now something else. The Nomad.
Bishop.
Nomad, the Nomad.
The Nomad. Something Bishop.
Well, he says that that's how it kind of goes, and when you're injured, right? Apparently, who's saying thing? I think it was somebody from ECW was saying the same thing. Was it Sabu or Rob Van Dam?
No, Sabu was talking about he would fuck Baker. That's what he was
Yeah,
saying.
no, that was the wrong conversation.
Now what we
But
talking
if you're
about.
gonna be injured, they add injury time to your contract automatically. This was Rob Van Dam, and the year that he got injured or whatever, he does come back. They added the year to his contract so he could make money, and he was scared that they were gonna make him work the year for free after the injury. I think he came back and all that. But no, it's just the nature of the business. This is how things go. This is why you sign the contract. You can't just switch teams once you don't get your way. Is also one of Baron Corbin's points. Gotta kind of wait it out. It's the contract you signed, right?
Contract, yeah. I will say, honor.
We all want to
contract.
see him over there, right?
I mean, I think you will hear elder statesmen say this comment. Gone are the days where contracts are honored,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Because you see it throughout all sports at this point, where people are breaking their contracts and mutual decisions. It's not just the players or the talent wanting it; it's the company as well.
It took
You
me
know
a
what I'm saying?
second to find it, right? But here we go, right? Baron Corbin, right, gives his thoughts on the situation, right? Pro Wrestling Finesse puts it up. Tony Khan needs to let Ray Phoenix go, right? It only hurts the talent. But Tom, right, chimed in. If you sign a contract, you honor it. Would it have been okay if Tony didn't pay him while he was hurt or out of action? The answer is no, because Tony signed the contract as well. You can't switch teams after getting what you want and signing the contract.
Yeah.
This is, as you said before, a tale as old as time, right? How many people had to sit on the shelf or have their time extended just so, I mean, it happened to Neville. It happened to like damn near everybody. So this is nothing new. it just kind of feels shitty coming from another wrestler. I think
Yeah,
that's-
yeah. But I also
But it ain't.
I also
lying,
think
though.
he's also right. He's
Yeah.
also providing wisdom, right, on realities of business too, right. And third, I think he's trying to debut on AEW. So, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
Which
you don't
is
think-
working right now.
You don't think Tony's gonna be like, oh yeah, right? It's a good guy. I always liked him. I always liked him tasting his wines.
So if you
Even when he was
ask
a Cardinal, I liked him.
All 3 days.
So, if the question is like, should Tony Khan release him? What is the answer?
No.
I think the biggest issue right now with that is, and why has more implications to the discussion, is because he already has a torn locker room. I mean, look at all the incidences just this week we found out about Tony Khan and talent, right? So this is just another layer of it, to the point where maybe a clean break is what would help, right? And
But
it's
help
not
who?
both, honestly.
Why is it helping Tony Khan?
Because if you're saying the public are not saying, oh, you should let him release him so he can, whatever, be where he needs to be,
But that
Release
helps Ray and not him.
it doesn't help him, but it gets shit off his back. And
But-
in a divisive locker room, of course, what's also gonna happen is gonna push other people to do the same shit. I mean, look at how my man right here feeling, right?
Ricky Starks is in
yeah.
the same boat, kind of, right? Ricky Starks, should he be let out of his contract?
I think that's a different situation. I
Why?
think he should because they're not using him at all, and it doesn't look like they're gonna have any plans going forward with him at all.
But as per Baron Corbin, he's under your contract.
He
He's
is.
getting paid.
Oh shit! But neither is Ray Phoenix because he's not even. He's on his way out too. So what the fuck am I saying?
Right.
I mean, I don't know, yo.
All
At the end
I
of the
know
day,
is, look.
if it's if it's signed on the contract, you gotta eat that.
It may not make sense, right? But at the end of the day, we live in a world right now where Russell Wilson's still getting paid for playing on the Broncos. Because they cut him and they signed a contract, and they decided to cut him part ways. They got to eat that money. Bobby Bonilla has been collecting checks from the Mets.
Bobby, I was gonna say,
Over
Bobby
25 years, bro.
Bonilla Day?
You know what I'm saying? So it does benefit both at times, considering what the situation is. Especially if Ray Phoenix, the sentiments, if it's bleeding into the locker room, if he's bitching about it, which he has every right to be bitching about it because it's his situation, right?
Yeah.
Especially after, trying to be with his brother again, I guess. We're getting that opportunity. But sometimes it can help. And in this situation, I think Tony needs all the likes he can get, for lack of a better word, right? He needs some wins right now. And if that's what does it,
I mean,
either way they're leaving. Contract's up, they're leaving, right?
Ricky Starks is in a very different situation, though.
Yes.
How so?
self-inflicted.
You think it's self-inflicted? See, I disagree. I don't think Ricky's done anything to have some sort of self-inflicted.
What's he do? Shine on the mic brighter than anyone?
He did piss off some older talent.
Edge?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Well,
That was remember he
That
they
couldn't
went
have been
back,
the
back and forth like calling him a
But was that the
midget,
straw that
like
broke
a
the camel's
fucking
back?
I feel like
midget,
it
Like
was.
on screen? On
a
screen?
fake, yeah, he was like, you're a fake rock or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
DJ.
What about that?
That clearly Edge was like pissed off enough
He
to
was
kind of
he was heated.
go
that,
at
that
it.
he was going at him.
go off script like that. Because apparently Ricky Starks had, but he hadn't said anything.
He said some shit,
He
but
didn't, he didn't say nothing crazy.
yeah.
And what he said was saving the promo anyway.
Right.
Because the shit was abysmal.
Right?
Yeah, but if you're Edge, you don't hear that. You don't hear that your promo is not hitting the way you think.
When you're a Hall of Famer, right? Like this has been your jam for over 2 decades.
Right.
You don't see yourself as the problem, right?
That's fair.
And I'm saying that for all the veterans, right? That the same thing. Chris Jericho's like, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm just getting warm, you know.
I definitely hit that crossface.
But like it's I think I think he rubbed certain people the wrong way,
Hey.
and Tony's listening to those people, and you know that's that for him.
Well,
Not saying that that's appropriate or that's what really happened.
But that's
I
what
mean-
happens when you don't relieve. You just have the money.
But
you
also,
just write the checks.
also remember though, there's always politics at play. You know what I'm saying? Industry politics, locker room politics. I mean, these are things that happen in the E as well. It's not like it's not like these situations are solely just AEW. This just happens in
Though it
all
feels like it
situations.
sometimes.
It's the reason it feels like it because it's happening very often.
It's
Yeah.
recency bias, right?
And they have a pretty big, expansive roster, so it's happening a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
well, AEW's not the only one dealing with this shit, right? We're gonna.
Did you play the Big Baker shit?
Nah, not yet. I was actually gonna jump to somebody else who's disgruntled with where they're at and what they're doing. Yeah, you know. Corey Graves. Corey Graves had himself a fit apparently to get himself a 1 week hiatus from NXT or what have you. Looking thrilled to be there. But his first words coming back on air were, what was it? I'm right where I want to be.
Right where I want to be. Yeah.
Thank you, Wrestle Purists, for putting that up. I said it then and I say it now.
God, I love being a turtle.
I think that was motherfucker. I think that what he did on air was pretty shitty because it made the people he worked with look less than.
I agree.
It was like I'm too good for this shit. Ray Phoenix, he's looking for a different avenue, right? Ricky Starks is looking for a different avenue. At no point does it feel, at least not to me, y'all can disagree, but it doesn't feel to me like they are shitting on the product per se, maybe the environment, maybe whatever, but like they're not like AEW's trash and I don't want to be here. Even like the perception is not that. The Corey Graves situation is very different.
I was gonna say Ray's been professional up to this point, but not Corey.
And like
yet.
no doubt, like Ray has put up some kind of like digs. You know, he put up that picture of him locked up or whatever.
Yeah, but that's like
Or in
that's
a
not like
straitjacket.
he's not coming out and saying what Corey said.
Yeah, but Corey just buried NXT.
Yeah.
Corey just buried NXT. What you mean?
When he tweeted that shit, like he buried the brand.
Basically, like he didn't want to be there.
He
didn't
made it
wanna
sound
be
like he
on
was
air.
going to beat like a demotion.
Yeah, of course.
And then he complained.
But I
about,
mean,
like,
isn't it?
Yo, all
Call
right,
a spade a spade. I get you the public appeal, but it's a demotion. Something happened.
What?
Something within the politics must have happened. 'Cause
What?
did Corey Graves do to deserve that? We don't know. I don't think it was performance based.
I don't think Corey Graves is hot shit.
You don't
I think
think-
Wade Barrett is doing a great job. I think Corey Graves was too like Energizer Bunny, and that's coming from a guy who really likes Pat McAfee. I think he was too, I guess, like cartoony. Like his villain was too like over the toppy. Where like Wade Barrett gives a more. Wade Barrett was a more physical contender. He was a more physical presence. Corey Graves was always like the slippery kind of shithead heel character. And then on the table, like he put. Okay, let me put it like this. Corey Graves maxed out at NXT as a wrestler,
As a talent,
right? As a talent. Then he went on and to have a better commentary career.
Well,
right?
he didn't max out. That's
Well,
not
I'm saying
fair.
where he
he was forced to
Retire.
because of injuries.
Well, I'm not saying like I'm not debating that
He's
part.
saying that's the highest he went.
That's the highest he went.
fair enough.
That's where he hit his ceiling in that respect. He went and had a better commentary career. To then go back to NXT and make a fuss about it when like you didn't prove yourself on the main roster. It's not like you were a main roster presence per se. It's not like you had
But he's been
a lit long-term career.
How long has he been on Raw?
Even now, I feel you on that, but I'm saying as a performer, like even Wade Barrett had a longer career as a performer, so he's got some legitimacy in that arena that Corey Graves perhaps does not.
Right, but has Corey Graves not?
But it ain't even about that.
Has he not been working on Ross for over 5 years at this point?
Sure, and so was Vic Joseph, and so was like
But
some of these
They
other
had
people.
rotating.
Booker T used to be the main commentator on TNA, and look at him now.
What I'm saying by saying that is that you could understand his frustration. The problem is it was unprofessional.
That part.
That's the problem, because it's not about you in that moment. You still got a job to do. You know what I'm saying? You got co-workers. You have talent. You are the voice to this production. You know what I'm saying? And right now, you make it about you.
That's the problem, right?
It's proving why you got demoted. Right?
When the presenter says he's too good for the product, how is the product appear? Right?
I hear you.
You gotta elevate the product as well as yourself.
He's
Elevation.
He's treating NXT like it's Dana Brooke.
Damn.
Hey.
Y'all remember his
Speaking
comment?
of Dana Brooke.
We'll go from Dana Brooke to Britt Baker real quick, right?
Ooh.
So
That's what Sabu wants.
supposedly, this is some audio from a phone call with Tony Khan himself, where he says, and
That's the guy that's the boss.
I'm gonna knock the audio down a little bit so it can be a little clearer. You feel me?
We suck.
We suck at this game.
Woo! And then we get a WWE mention right at
What
the
the
very
hell
end.
did he say?
Essentially, he was saying that like she's a pill to work with. If you book her to win, she's mad.
unhappy.
If you book her to lose, she's unhappy. She's crazy.
Well, nobody wants you
She's
to
off
book
to
them to
WWE.
win.
I listen. This is AI generated. I can foresee.
And you know
Tony
what?
I mean, it
That's-
could
said
be.
that.
It's
something
coming
that's-
from a parody account, so who knows? But I just thought it was an interesting piece of audio to be floating around. On the one hand, if Tony Khan did say this, that's crazy. On the other hand, AI is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
one way or another.
But isn't it is it hard to believe that Tony did say this?
Nah.
Considering how things are slipping right through his fingers, and all these issues are happening, you tell me he's gonna notice somebody recording his conversation? No,
Nah, but
definitely is in the realm of possibility.
That looks like
this
the
is
Chat
legit.
GPT layout to me anyway.
You can chat BBT.
well,
Chat BBL.
Chat
I seen
BBL,
that one.
What? That's the wrong
I
chat.
seen that one.
Oh, let's talk about Chat PCO real quick.
Chat PCO.
Oh, good lord.
Pescado.
Because right now we're talking about tonight's episode should have been called Wrestlers Acting Badly. This is everybody tight with their situation. PCO, whose contract had just expired apparently, his TNA contract, shows up at GCW and proceeds to beat the ever-living shit out of his digital title. Anybody saw that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
you
we saw
destroyed the shit out
it.
of
We
it.
definitely
Whoa,
saw it.
whoa. According to TNA, it was a replica.
It was a replica. That's what I was gonna say. I was waiting for that part because it's definitely a replica title. Calm down. We wouldn't let that happen. Brett never made it to Raw on Monday after Montreal, so don't worry that was the real title.
Was it Medusa's title replica?
And you know this.
I thought he had a lot to say, but
That's a belt.
we're gonna watch.
I like Turtle.
And I gotta shout out Emil here, right? He's the
Oh, so yo, you never see him breaking shit up. You never see him in the middle of shit.
he
Look
realized,
at him in this shit. Like,
he realized this shit was a shoot, and he was like, hold on, no, don't go
I
breaking
gotta
the
catch
title.
up with my boy E. I gotta pick his brain. I gotta see what's up.
He was like, hold on. Somebody was like, yo, don't let this shit happen.
Look, he's like,
on air.
nah. You don't touch talent like that.
And then PCO had a lot to say, and they had to they cut this.
They
moment.
cut it off.
House in TNA history. I sold
Yo, he said, you're gonna listen to me, motherfucker.
in one night than any year.
Crazy.
Nope.
Crazy.
You are not gonna pass.
Like
go.
once again, what
Fuck
happened?
TNA Triple H.
Fuck TNA and Triple H. Damn.
That
No.
feels like a PCO type statement.
Wow.
Yeah, he mad. He upset. He upset, chat.
It's crazy. I really like PCO,
He was
but
not having
that's
it.
wild.
He's just
The
mad
PCO
that
pipe
Montreal-
bomb. TJ, talk to me. Yo, TJ, I know you was having fun with that watching it. Tell me
they,
how was that like?
I like the recovery that TNA just did. So he was paired up with Steph Lander,
Okay, yeah.
and she said that they split, and she got the title in the split.
Oh.
So she's now the digital media.
Okay.
And she brought out her new boo, none other than Mance Warner.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
He was the main event, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, and her lips were too.
Yeah, it's
Oh
a-
my God, JP always.
She
with
was
the
taking
shits.
good care of Ali Catch, who
Yes.
we covered a little earlier. Started a GoFundMe for her, so that was cool to catch them doing that for her.
We mentioned a
Who
little
made
bit
a-
of Britt Baker, right? Because of
Yeah.
the allegedly leaked audio. But in truth, Tony Khan, the other Khan, right, is no
Khan,
longer
man.
booking
The other
Britt.
Khan, man.
There's frustration with her behind the scenes. That's why this audio doesn't feel too far off, whether it's real or not. She's difficult to work with, et cetera, et cetera. But what I thought was interesting was what I guess your alter ego Vic 8122 on Twitter had to say. He said Triple H should do the funniest thing ever and put Britt Baker on NXT. If you remember, NXT has some choice. Britt Baker has some choice words for NXT, saying, "I don't think putting a bunch of models and athletes off the street in a warehouse and teaching them all to do the same thing, the same way, at the same time, is going to create a successful roster."
It's a good thing nobody cares about. No.
Which is an interesting.
It's why it's always smart to have another job lined up, just like
Woo!
people.
We got one, folks.
We got one.
We got one. It wasn't me, but we
Wait,
got
so she said that about NXT
Yeah.
a while
That was a
ago.
while ago
Years
in the
ago. Yes,
midst
years
of the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but that's shit that they can utilize with her in NXT. That's something Roxanne Perez could say.
Roxanne.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something Nikita Lyons could say.
While you were over there bleeding.
Speaking of Roxanne, she was a little busy on Monday. If you guys peeped,
Roxanne.
yeah, Roxanne Perez.
With the tights? You talking about the leather?
No.
No, that was on NXT.
That was NXT. No, she was at on Raw.
Yeah, she was a little busy with Bailey's forearm in her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went in. Bailey went out into the crowd and smacked her.
That's gonna be a good feud.
Yeah, peeped the fact that the old lady fell.
Next to,
Yeah.
Yo, Roxanne kicked some chicken.
Yeah,
I did see
she
that.
was hilarious. Yo, Roxanne, the more and more I see Roxanne, man, she's a dope talent, bro.
Y'all remember the first place we saw her at?
Yup.
Oh, New Texas Pro, baby!
Oh, we took some bumps, baby. Oh no, that's
Hold on,
not
now.
New Texas
Oh,
Pro.
minute.
Monster Factory.
You're gonna talk about not New Texas Pro, but you're gonna talk about the Texas Contender Series.
That's right. The best and the brightest
And the breast.
up and coming talent that you'll ever see, coming straight out of the Lone Star State.
Actually, going on right now,
That's right.
for being honest with ourselves. But
Live.
catch the replay on IWTV.
IWTV.
Yo.
That part. But
That
yo,
part.
check them out. Because there's something really special about TCS. Special to our hearts, our minds, and our souls. You see, we have an eye for talent. We know what we do out here. And we are patrons of the art of pro wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, HPC sponsored Texas Contender Series number 46. Live tonight, catch it on Indie Wrestling tomorrow.
Hey.
And you are going to see some of the best independent wrestling on God's green earth. Because that is what
I'm
we
with it.
do. And that's how
That's a
we
lot. That
do
covers
it.
a lot of ground.
That covers a lot. That covers a lot. And when we talk about some of the greatest of all time, I'm gonna sidestep.
Oh, careful.
I'm gonna sidestep
Balance.
a little bit of wrestling
Jeter.
for a little bit of
Of fun.
Hall of Fame Cooperstown baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Yankees own CC Sabathia inducted into the Pro Baseball Hall of
so
Fame.
Gross.
He had a bunch of tweets talking about it. From now on, it's Hall of Famer
So gross you
Gaston
mentioned
Charles
that.
Sabathia. Dream came true. Feeling so blessed. Good for him.
Good for the Sacramento LA boy. You know what I mean?
Another
New
legend.
Yorker for life.
goes into the Hall of Fame as well.
Who, JBL?
CC was a unanimous vote, but this person missed a unanimous by one.
Oh,
Oh,
Ichiro.
no way.
Dude, they pulled the Jeter on him.
For
Son.
real?
Yep.
Somebody
There's only gotta be
was
one
hate-
asshole, one dick.
hating.
And not only that, I just recently realized that if your name comes up on the ballot, if you're under 5% of votes, you get eliminated from ever participating in the Hall of
Again?
Fame. Yeah.
Damn.
It's like once your name is mentioned, the poll's taken.
So they have a list of whose names have been.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
assuming. Yeah, because Curtis Granderson just got cut off.
Oh wow.
Donnie
What
Baseball.
was football? There was a playoff game this past weekend.
Yes.
I get
There are
that.
many playoff games.
Curtis Martin was at the game.
Yes, Curtis Martin.
Why?
What game?
Why?
Why?
Why was he there?
Because Curtis Martin wanted to watch football.
Pa' que tigre? Pa' que?
What did Curtis Martin do to you, bro?
What did he do for football?
He was a great running back for the Jets.
the
I'll tell you that, man.
Ask him about his
Nah, I'm ignoring you, bro. I'm not engaging in this bullshit.
Shout out to
The
the Jets.
worst Hall of Fame speech of all time.
Shout out to the
Curtis
Jets.
Martin.
Shout out to the Jets and their new.
The Jets were like, yes,
played
we
for
have
the Jets.
we have this wholesome, good star in the Hall of Famer. Finally, somebody, Joe's got a dirty background. He's a dirty old man, Broadway Joe. All right, we got a Coleco here and a Gassano there and like whatever. But Curtis Martin was our like creme de la creme, gold star, blue chipper.
He was as close as you're gonna get to Steve Rogers when it came to the.
Interesting.
And he goes and he's like, man, I don't even want to play football. This shit is ass. I got drafted and cried because I didn't want to do it. I
Right.
was like, yo, Curtis Martin had the word. That's going to be my next tweet.
It was
Curtis
nice.
Martin had the worst Hall of Fame speech ever. If you
Maybe
see
he's trying
that
to
shit
come
on
back.
Twitter, that's what we talking about right
But
now.
you know who had a great Hall of Fame career
Ooh.
that ended on a sort of a quiet note. The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. Just wrapped up a 20+ year career
Sure did.
in AEW against Hangman Adam Page. It looks like he gave his other, all three of his finishers are now out there in the public, being used by other wrestlers.
Hangman just jacked this shit.
Hangman took the Angel's Wing. Cody uses the Last Rites, and Tiff Stratton uses the BME. Right.
Wow.
Here's a guy who's your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler, and I think he goes as an unsung hero a lot of times.
Good shot.
He was someone that was called upon whenever they needed a main event caliber talent. He was the guy that discovered the phenomenal AJ Styles. There would be no AJ Styles without Christopher Daniels.
That's fair.
He was there at the beginning of John Cena's career in UPW.
It's wild.
I mean, his influence is definitely felt within the industry.
He was the Indies
right. And TNA.
and
Well-
TNA and AEW and ROH.
Right.
He was a founding father wherever he went.
The thing about it, there's two things about it that I want to discuss. One is how, with very little fanfare, he just faded to black. Right? Just like
How does that happen?
that's what I'm saying. Like
I feel like that was on his own accord.
you're a top dude in AEW in terms of backstage, right? Like
He's a talent
you
relation.
can build something if you
Yeah.
really wanted to.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if it's almost part of me is like, sure, even if it was his own thing, and I know he went out on ROH, but like you could have helped build somebody up on your way out, right? Like
I
Serve
think that's
somebody
what it
up.
was. I think he was supposed to be, hey, I'm the guy that got put out by Hangman, and now Hangman's going to use my finish.
I don't think of Hangman at all when I think of Christopher Daniels.
In the go forward, is that supposed to be the thing? He's the guy that retired Christopher Daniels?
But
I
the
mean,
good thing is that
Randy Orton type. Legend
Christopher
killer.
Daniels didn't really like overstay his welcome, and that's always good because some people do. Some people,
Hulk Hogan.
I'm coming for you, brother. Hulk Hogan wilding out on Fox News. Shout outs to
Brother lived long enough to become the
Wackomania.
villain.
he's out here shooting for Tessa Blanchard to join his team. This is what he does before he bangs. he rips off all his clothes. His clothing budget is crazy.
Crazy.
Trumpomania, brother. We've got Trumpomania.
Oh, God.
This country, brother. One nation under God. Jesse Waters, this is your world, brother.
This is like an insane. We live in this insane alternate universe. that Hulk Hogan is out here like as a legitimate fucking political figure. Like, is that what we're saying right now?
This is
Yeah.
this is like
And this is
sir.
why
TJ. Big
CM
congrats
Punk-
to you and the wifey for 1 year. You already know.
Congratulations, many blessings.
Congrats.
Many blessings. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Hey.
Whoa.
Wow. Shout outs to CM Punk
Shocker.
again, reminding me why he's the shit. You guys heard what CM Punk had to say?
Yep. Put it.
Don't ask me about Sami Zayn. He's not on my level.
Woo!
You put Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble. I'll throw his dusty ass over the top rope, and I'll kill Hulkamania once and for all.
Woo! Let's fucking go.
Is this him calling out Hogan for Mania?
No, just calling him out in
Thank
general.
God. Thank God.
And I think it's because of the trending, how he's just been.
yeah, of course.
How he was.
I think that was a
treated on
shoot. That was a shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just talking. Fuck Hogan. That's what he's saying. Right
Yeah,
there.
fuck Hogan.
Well, I mean, everything's implications for WrestleMania, right? It's the biggest
Tis
show
the
of the
season.
year every year.
Tis
We jolly?
Tis the season.
Tis, yeah.
We're on the road to WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
And
But the way my bank account works,
we're actually going to talk about that in a second. But real quick, allegedly, shout out to
allegedly.
JJ, who might get a WrestleMania in her lifetime in her hometown. Indianapolis, Indiana is on the table to host WrestleMania 43
We out.
2027.
Boy,
I feel like Indianapolis is on the table like someone brings like broccoli rabe to a dinner. You know what I'm saying? They're like, don't eat this. Like nobody, like, do they really want to do Indianapolis? Of all the cities in these beautiful United States of America,
it's a combo deal, no? Don't they have the Rumble?
Indianapolis.
They had the Rumble already.
So
Yeah,
they
the
have
Rumble,
right?
but WrestleMania.
yeah, you
Bro,
know, 2 for
listen,
1.
they got the facility, puppy. You know what I'm saying? They got the facility, and the end of the day, like WrestleMania could be anywhere because they have the following. People are gonna go to WrestleMania no matter where it is. People travel around the world to go to WrestleMania. So it doesn't matter if it's in Poughkeepsie, Georgia, Bumblefuck, Wisconsin.
Bumblefuck's
Bumblefuck's not right there, though.
Like, people are gonna go.
I've never
So
been
I'm here for it. I'm trying to go to Indianapolis for the combine.
You ever been to El Carajo?
I would love to go to Indianapolis for WrestleMania. That'd be dope. The crowd be cold, but there's always alcohol.
Well, I'm glad we're talking about WrestleMania because we're going to talk a little bit about some of these prices, Joel.
I can't afford none of these prices.
The cheapest ticket right now is over $700 in an obstructed view corner of a bathroom
For what?
in the
WrestleMania?
arena.
That's crazy.
It's in Las Vegas, 19th and 20th.
It's in the T-Mobile Arena
Single day,
or Allegiant Stadium.
over $700. Over $700 one day.
That's insane.
Just to sit there.
What did we pay for Philly? We sat up there.
We sat third tier up. My shit was $250 a pop at least, no less than $250 for a night. And
They're
it was
paying-
both nights.
and
So
that was
that's
the market
$500
price.
a ticket.
$700
Yeah.
for one night.
It's more than
That's
a
a
PlayStation.
That's double.
$1,500 weekend.
That's
we
like
going out as a
$200
family?
more.
Yo, Mania's gonna be full of corporate box office tickets now.
That's
Yeah.
it. Somebody said that shit online. They were like, "Yo, WrestleMania is becoming the Super Bowl, not in
Slowly
that it's the
becoming.
biggest,
It was the hilarious,
Yeah.
the funniest part of the thing. It's slowly becoming.
not because it's the biggest show in pro wrestling, because fans can't go to it.
Nope.
Word.
That shit
Word.
is a sad.
Is that what's gonna happen for SummerSlam?
We have arrived.
for pro wrestling. I do I want to talk about
Turn into Tony Montana
sad-
and Mania at this point.
a sad day in pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta give a shout out to my boy,
Oh, yes.
the Stinger. I appreciate that, Joe.
You need a stump?
The Stinger has announced that he will stop appearing in Full Gear. No more face paint. I think Sting is dying, and Steve Borden is going to be that guy.
Listen, you
Steve
know,
Borden just getting tired of this shit. He's
just
like,
write the
"I am."
story
I don't get
yourself.
this shit out of my hair.
He's turned into Danny Glover. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting too old for this shit.
Too old for this
So, you know, listen, it takes a lot. I'm sure Goldust is gonna reach that point soon.
Yo, you know, isn't it crazy that Danny Glover was like our age when he said that shit?
Yo, that's
Whoa.
crazy. The fact that you said our age is crazy. Not playing.
Speak for yourself.
I'm playing.
No, I was
You
Danny
have to agree
Glover's.
with us?
I was
He
Danny
was-
Glover's age at like
No?
Lethal Weapon
Nah,
3.
Never got the
interesting.
opportunity. Yeah.
Why did Danny Glover look so old then?
Let's
was
see
the
what else
80s,
we got. Oh, I have a big pop of the week.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a little early for
Oh,
this,
yes.
but I'm gonna throw it out there.
Oh, see.
Benito.
Man,
Yeah.
Y'all have to watch the Hot Ones. It's out today.
I have to watch that shit.
And I'm gonna hit mute on the music real quick. Benito was on Hot Ones, and he had
Benito's
a
on
little
Hot Ones?
something to say. Oh,
Best celebrity wrestler ever in the WWE. You know, from
That's your opinion?
that's my opinion.
No, that's a fact.
Yeah. In my humble
baby!
you're the best celebrity wrestler ever in the WWE. You know,
And it's
from-
dope, yo. This man, this dude does an amazing job, bro.
No, that's a fact.
Back that guy.
In my humble opinion,
all right, stop playing.
Old boy does an amazing job, man, with this show and the interviews. He's very thorough. His team, they do their research, and the fact that he has that point, which is a point we've made here many a times. throughout
Literally said it last week.
the experience.
yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's crazy.
And so clearly he listens to the show, but it shows that he knows what he's talking about, right? Legitimate, and the way that Bad Bunny answered that was phenomenal. And it just adds once again to Logan Paul calling him out, right?
Logan Paul's apparently coming back next week. He's coming on Raw or
Raw.
something.
We'll be on Raw finally.
It's gonna happen, bro.
His Netflix
And we've been
debut.
calling for that. Bad
Real
Bunny,
quick,
Logan Paul.
that's because that's a pop. That's probably my pop. Is just WWE and their handling of this transition to Netflix. Week 3 and we're already talking Logan Paul.
Yo, can we make
They,
a deal?
they got it figured out every week.
Can we make a deal? If WrestleMania is ever in DR, we gotta go.
Yo, next year, bro. Put in the. Is that they gotta win the bidding war? Y tú sabes, hay que poner los plátanos locos y tú sabes. No se va la luz,
If Jack
no,
Veneno
no,
was
no,
still
no,
alive,
no.
it would happen.
No. Bajamos para Bonao y lo ponemos.
Hall of Fame.
Yo,
Yeah, nah. I feel.
He's the main. He's the main.
if he ever goes in the Hall of Fame, I'll cry.
Yeah.
I'll cry. Jack
Jack
Veneno.
Veneno?
Yeah.
I think he actually already is in.
Is
In
it?
the NWA?
No. I think in the E. I think he's a part of the. Remember they had like that whole legacy wing.
Wait a minute.
Oh, check
Is
that
he a
out.
part of it? Maybe. I don't
Check
know.
that
Or I
out.
can make it up. Probably made it up, but it
That
sounds like
sounds
Makes
like
you feel better.
Logan
I mean-
Paul and Bad Bunny's inevitable though.
I think it's gonna happen sooner rather than later.
But yeah, Raw on Netflix has been every week been a banger, and they have
And everyone's
something special.
favorite right wing wrestler, The Undertaker, came out praising Triple H.
Oh
How's
yes, he did do the thing with the stuffs.
Yo, shout outs to The Undertaker. Talking about really the culture in the WWE, I think it goes to speak a lot about the changes.
I mean,
that
he
have
doesn't
happened.
like it per se. He don't understand why they don't go to titty bars no more.
that
But
part. Michelle McCool, I don't know what happened. But he spoke about how he tried to avoid shitting on Vince, but he kind of shat on Vince, talking about like the old regime and how the old boss was. But more importantly, he talked about how Triple H created this trusting environment, which I think that we would all agree is a much better place to work.
100%.
Right, in an environment where someone considers you a professional, that you can
100%.
hold down your job and they're not over your neck and over your ass like Vince was. So He's like, yo, it's chill. People are doing TikToks and shit.
Play video games.
Playing video games. What the hell is going on here?
Back in my day.
What the hell is going on here? And that is
While
a
we're playing
great
dominoes.
question to ask.
What?
That's right. What is going on here? Don't we got gifts to give? Don't we
No,
got
dog, that
people-
was last
Can't
one.
pass, my man.
Listen,
Nah, I got bills now.
Valentine's Day is 2 weeks away.
Hey,
Or 3 weeks away.
Happy
Damn.
Valentine's Day.
3 weeks away?
How about some head?
How about some head?
Wow.
For Valentine's Day.
Get some head at Foco.com. They got the
Bobbleheads,
best
man.
bobbleheads you've ever seen.
Come on now.
Absolutely. Don't get it twisted. Do not be mistaken. You use the promo code HEAL10.
I like that green one on the left right
HEAL10
there.
with the John Cena on
John
the farewell
Cena.
Last
tour.
chance.
He's
Last chance
going
for
in.
Cena.
You know we're gonna get a crazy ass moment in the Royal Rumble, right? John Cena's gotta have at least 30 of them shits.
and
30
then
of
the
them
most
moments.
important.
So when is it too soon to talk about the
What
Rumble?
what language are you speaking right now?
I'm
He
speaking
said-
one of
He
them.
said the Rumble.
I'm speaking.
I
one
know he
of
said the Rumble.
When is it? Who's gonna come out, bro? Now it's 40 and 40.
It's not who's gonna come out. It's who's gonna eliminate John Cena.
that part.
Joe Henry.
But who's gonna see him?
Joe Henry.
Someone.
Joe
I
Henry.
don't know. I feel like
I think that might be
Name
Joe
it.
Henry can
Henry.
to set up for WrestleMania.
It's Joe Henry.
To set up for
Answer's Joe
WrestleMania.
Henry.
could
To
it
set up
be
for WrestleMania.
Joe Henry.
To set up for WrestleMania.
Joe Henry.
Joe Henry?
Cena
So
Henry.
you're saying
Henry.
Randy Orton's gonna eliminate him?
No, Joe Henry.
Huh?
You think maybe Stone Cold Steve Austin?
What?
But Stone
He
Cold,
did get new
Hip?
knee replacement.
he got new knees. Stone Cold posted
I
up
don't
on Instagram talking about his new knees, so maybe he comes back for a
Maybe,
run.
maybe Dwayne shows up so they can finally have that third match.
Oh, don't you play with me.
Like all the other storylines, he leaves incomplete.
Evil on me.
My
Ricky
man's a
Bobby.
horrible student. That's what he really is.
I want to talk about Penta real quick.
Hey.
Penta has gotten. You saw his pyro?
Yes.
Yes.
Penta.
We got Pyro now.
Got some pyro action going. Yo, Penta got this dope ass entrance. He got a hero's welcome.
And he
Who
fought
do we wanna
the
see here?
Bruiserweight this week.
That's
Chelsea
right.
Green.
Yeah. Yes.
A little bit of Lucha Underground,
Yes, sir.
or a little bit of Adam Pearce actually asking, "Who do you think?"
Walter. I mean, sorry, Gunther.
Gunther.
Yeah, but
Cause in a previous interview, Gunther mentioned that only one person has hit him so hard that he was left bleeding on the first chop.
the
That was
first
Penta.
chop.
First chop.
Wow.
You know what, man? Penta and Gunther for the world title tomorrow. No, I'm just it's too early. But I'm here for it.
I mean, listen. Once again, we'd be remiss not to mention the fact that this man debuted on Raw. He didn't go to NXT. Right? He went straight to the main roster.
On Netflix.
On Netflix.
Which is very few and far between.
Right. So this is not out of the realm of possibility.
Right.
And talk about two pieces to the future. I know Penta has some age on him, but the man's to go.
do you?
How
do
old
you-
is Penta?
He's 40 or 39. But
Nice.
like, the only other thing I could see for him at Mania, and it is fucking the most stereotypical cheesy thing to do.
What's that?
But I've known for years they've wanted to do the whole get everyone in the arena to wear a mask for like some sort of Guinness record bullshit.
Right.
So you have Ray and Penta.
Oh, that's true, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Ray and Penta match
You saw the
in
interacting?
Mexico. Aren't they doing Backlash in Mexico?
Yes,
Doing
they are.
Backlash in Mexico.
Oh, you'll break a record quick. Yo, at Mexico, motherfuckers just go to the arena wearing masks when none of the wrestlers have a mask on.
It makes sense now. It really makes sense what they're building towards. It really does. And they were catching up at the Gorilla last week to Ray and Penta, which
You
looked like
think
they
you're
were
special?
the same. To see.
Do you think? See, I'm hyped talking about Penta because there's another little topic that has been circulating the interwebs
Oh, really?
Yeah, little one. I think that a lot of attention is focused on some of the greatest players in the game, right? We talk about Hall of Famers, we talk about stars, and shout outs to Matt Cardona
Hey.
in his own right, receiving his own title in the Act of the Year. Shout outs to his wife being co-funniest female wrestler of the year with Harley Cameron.
He is one half of the women's United States champion.
Harley Cameron, you saw the segment she had on Dynamite?
Yes.
Yo, she is tremendous.
Who's this?
She can Harley
On
Cameron.
Dynamite.
She maximizes her minutes every goddamn time.
It's true. She is, and maybe she doesn't get the match with Mercedes, but what is it? They're going to they're going international now.
Hot girl grabs.
Oh, Tony Storm. Tony
Yes.
Storm and her had a moment where they were like speaking Australian to each other. or
Yeah.
something. So that might happen, which is real cool. But what we're going to talk about right now is nothing like that.
Is the opposite.
We're talking about the most
Segue!
overrated superstars in WWE history. Shout outs to AFW All Effin' Wrestling. Goldberg has been named the most overrated superstar in WWE history, according to AI.
I will say yes.
According to Allen Iverson.
According to Allen Iverson.
The Ultimate Warrior shirt. Roman Reigns?
Yeah,
I
Roman
don't know
Reigns
why
is
Reigns
crazy.
on that.
That seems insane.
He's got records. Like, once you
Brock?
have a record, Brock is Brock. Like, how overrated? That's crazy.
That's
You know what's
fucking
crazy? Baron Corbin's on the list.
Yeah. And how crazy is that? Because think of
Right,
us.
right.
I
Like
like
six
Ryback.
years ago, we would have been like, yeah, he's overrated
Number
as
one.
shit.
Number one.
And now we're like, nah, man, that
So
guy,
that's why this list is even more confusing.
that guy utility
Right
player.
back, I see it.
I moved right back up
the
to number
top-
4.
And you know what? To a certain degree, Ultimate Warrior,
He's on this list.
there's an argument for that.
I like
There's
Warrior
a
number
strong
1.
But Roman
argument.
Reigns and Brock,
I like Warrior.
now if you're
over
telling me
Goldberg.
Roman Reigns when they were
Warrior
pushing him
over
and we didn't
Goldberg?
want it,
Yeah.
if this was taken when, they were pushing Roman Reigns and nobody
The man
wanted it,
has put in the years he's earned his stripes.
100%, y'all
As the
keep him.
worst, most overrated superstar?
Roman?
Oh. I thought you were
Roman.
talking about Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, no, he's just trash.
Wow.
It's interesting because like nobody's out here saying like Ultimate Warrior had a classic.
No.
No, not really.
He did have a gun to McMahon's head, though.
He did.
Did it?
Twice.
Apologize to some boy. and
Remember,
get
he
mad
was
about it.
Sting's tag team partner back in the day.
Blade Runners.
Bruno,
sir.
the Dingo Warrior.
I
The
really
Dingo
hope.
Warrior, yeah.
I really hope he does not have another run. They're talking about Goldberg having a retirement.
Oh my God! I thought you were talking about Ultimate Warrior. I'm like,
I'm
don't think
pretty
he
sure.
I think he's
I
done
don't
with
think
his
Ultimate
guns.
Warrior ain't got no runs left in him.
I'm pretty sure he's
clearly, because I was like, what the hell?
But
Reincarnation?
the only reason I want to see Goldberg back is if they put him with Gunther. I want to see him get chopped.
Yeah,
He won't do that.
I don't even want to see. I don't want to see like a match. I want to see like a Dragunov beat. You remember NXT UK where he was sacrificing Ilya in front of us?
That was yeah, that's a WrestleMania right there. You gotta save that one. Cause we got that one was a British PLE, I forgot.
Here's another overrated. We'll talk about overrated real quick. We're not gonna talk about Nikki Bella.
Oh, that was my chair shot of the
Whoa,
week.
whoa, 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 whoa!
Whoa. ¿Qué es lo que tú estás diciendo?
Yeah.
Overrated.
Why is she coming back?
Too
And I know
many
why.
questions.
Because she relevant.
Right, and it's more of her popularity.
She's hoping to see John Cena. That's messed up.
And she's
Probably
also
said that.
she's probably
One
also
more-
trying to get different publicity.
One more smash.
Wow.
She's also trying to
You
get
trash.
different publicity because you know what she's currently going through. Right?
Yo, you trash.
But it's
But
more empowering than going back to what's made her famous, right?
number one, like yes, I remember that Brie was worse.
Allow
Yes.
I also remember that the
She
women's
got thicker
revolution
after
happened
after motherhood.
in spite of them.
Yes.
See, OJP always
Yes.
says some other shit. Yo, he always says some other shit.
I'm just spitting facts.
If you say so. Yo,
That ain't
but
vegan.
for people to be talking about Nikki Bella like she's some dope shit.
Well,
Wait, like she is some dope shit, or
for-
she's not some dope
the
shit?
Hall of Famers, aren't
You
they?
think she's dope
I
shit?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, were they the most talented in the ring? No. Did they improve? Nikki did.
It was a different time. It was a
But
different.
it's a
Yeah, they
different
improved,
time.
sort of.
But they were essential in the crossover, just like the Miz was
I
to
will
reality
say-
TV.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
say
Right, and putting it out there. People are like, Total Divas was a thing,
my wife
right? Like,
Yeah.
like we can't ignore that.
Has not one iota of wrestling knowledge. Couldn't tell you who the fuck is who, but she knows who Nikki Bella is.
You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So like, you can't ignore that piece of it and how that's helped propel the women's division to what it is now.
Right.
She wasn't at, she wasn't the main reason. Nobody's saying that. But it's understandable why they're Hall of Famers. It's understandable why it would make a big fuss about her returning, especially during the Royal Rumble. We'll get a pop. The fact that we know which is going to happen kind of kills it. But once again, I think this is a perfect time for her to change the narratives out there based on everything she's going through in her personal life.
But don't come back.
Let's do some positive stuff.
Rumble's in town. The Rumble's in town, right?
Right?
Yep.
That's what I think she's doing.
100%.
Right?
Especially now it's 40.
We're not gonna see like a women's title run, right? She ain't
Oh,
taking
God.
I mean, that hasn't been the case.
Kyra,
Where has that been the case?
Valkyria's spot or anything like
Where
that.
has it been the case where, like, I guess you got to say a legend has come back to win a title?
Becky, Charlotte,
Goldberg
Goldberg.
beat Bray Wyatt
Yes.
Yeah.
in the greatest run that Bray Wyatt should have had.
Right. So we're comparing it to Goldberg?
Compare him to Goldberg.
That's what we're doing?
We're talking about overrated.
What?
That's right.
No.
That's who's overrated.
What were we just talking about?
Goldberg.
You're comparing this person to Goldberg.
Yeah.
Who's this person?
You the one that brought him up.
I don't know. I think that's a little far-fetched to compare it to Goldberg. But yes, I see what you're saying.
Let's talk
But
about.
do you know what I'm saying?
No. You don't make no
Vic, do
sense.
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying at all.
What were we just talking about?
I was talking about. I'm trying to get this goal in before the winning 14, but
Yeah, uh-huh. Go
I
ahead.
see me move.
Tell him.
Yeah.
Goldberg's trash,
There you go.
but Ultimate Warrior's worse.
Let's talk about this TNA partnership real quick.
Let's
Talk
talk
about
about it.
Right, so the sentiment, according to Cultaholic, Wrestling Observer, is that WWE is supposed to end up acquiring TNA in some capacity. That the TNA deal, because of WWE's deal with Netflix, there's certain limitations to what they can do in terms of where they can air and where they can go. However, a partnership with TNA would allow them to negotiate on TNA's behalf to show up in certain places that WWE cannot, thus blocking AEW from certain markets in certain places.
Right.
And then allegedly end up with WWE acquiring TNA.
Really?
Down the line, because right now they can't because of antitrust lawsuits that are in effect.
Yep. Shout outs to Everything Pro Wrestling. They kind of broke down the antitrust lawsuit, kind of extrapolating the clause right here, the non-compete clause and the competitive wrestling league clause. WWE cannot purchase anybody
For 5 years.
for 5 years. So eventually,
Was that
perhaps
after the
allegedly.
purchase was made with TKO?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like cool, because you know what? At least I know the E will treat TNA with more respect than AEW did ROH.
AEW did TNA.
Yeah, word.
The AEW did with themselves, but I'm okay with it. I hope. I don't know. I've gotten to a point with AEW where I don't know.
You don't watch.
I can't. I
It's
watch
hard.
highlights. It's
You know what I do want to watch though? I heard Solo Sokoa, Roman Reigns coming out with his new Solo Sokoa, his new enforcer.
His new enforcer.
Who that gonna be?
Zilla?
Zilla.
Hello?
Zilla, or who's the other
Zilla?
cousin?
And so that means
That's
it's,
signed.
does this mean it's gonna be
oh, you
Fatu?
mean Tama and
Is it a brother?
Tonga's brother,
Is it his brother?
Higula.
Higlu.
Hiku.
Higula.
Piccolo.
Hikuleo.
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 Hey, Gulea.
All I know is that
The
Solo-
youngest tall one of Haku's kids.
Oh,
Haku's brood.
Looking
to
like
me
a
it's interesting.
steroid-driven Sideshow Bob.
So to me, it's interesting. This move, it's considering what we saw from Fatu this week. He was on the mic, and he's kind of getting rid of the savage. Like he's like, yes, this is a character, bro. That's it. It's me now. I'm here to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's essentially, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but it was impassionate. So interesting.
What I also
Nice
find
little
interesting
clash.
is that Solo and Crew will
no
lose
longer
the
be-
Bloodline
Yep.
moniker.
Ah, yes.
So what do we call them?
Blood streak,
You gotta go to your
blood
colonoscopy.
dot.
I mean, your
blood
proctologist.
period.
The
blood
Islanders,
semicolon?
the
Islanders.
head
The
trickers,
Wild Samoans, too.
but they're not all of them Samoans. That's
So
Solo sin coma.
the Islanders 2.0.
there's
Solo
4 of
Coma.
them.
Talk to
I
me
hate
about
you,
that
bro.
shit.
The Wild Samoans 4.
The what?
The Wild Samoans 4.
Or how about 4 Wild Samoans?
But 2 of them are Tongans.
Damn.
That's the
Deacon.
racism.
Polynesian
Deacon Force.
Express.
Wow.
Pacific Powerhouse.
Wow, the Pacific Powerhouses?
Diablo.
That's a mouthful.
World Titan Foundation. There.
Man, that's taken already.
Oh.
Can't
never
call
mind.
them that.
We're not done yet.
I actually like that World Titan Foundation.
Yeah, WTF.
WTF.
Well, I guess. Well, whatever they're gonna be called, we ain't gonna figure it out
We
tonight.
ain't figuring it out tonight. We'll tune in next week where we give you that answer.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow, it's aggressive.
WWE's probably gonna
Why you didn't give the answer like you giving chlamydia? Like, what's going on with you? That was
Is
aggressive.
that how he would have given you chlamydia?
Not me.
That's why you
With
said.
the Pacific
You
Powerhouse.
said that
Take this
answer.
dick.
You said
aggressively? Aggressive.
Is that why he
want
screams,
no
"I
parts
love
of
you,
the rest of
Solo"?
this
That's
company.
all it is. Time we have for you
I
folks
regret it.
today. I don't care where you got your fix from, but you pulled up. Appreciate you, TJ. You already know Twitch, Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, all the platforms.
MySpace,
IG.
Friendster.
All of them. You already know. Thanks for pulling up. 10 count, 10 told. I'm breaking mics. You already know.
Don't break the mic, bro.
HBC too sweet. Feels pops, chair shots, HBC bad guys. What about dessert though?